APRIA stands for Asia Pacific Real Assets Association. And we are an industry trade body that promotes the growth of real estate and infrastructure. Majority of our members are actually investors that own and manage over 20 trillion US dollars of assets. We are very proud to have been part of actually putting in place the REIT and InvIT regime. Of course, Richard is one of the pioneers, and we are really proud in terms of getting that together.
I don't think there is absolutely any doubt that renewables will remain a choice of investment for investors. It is now categorically a big part of any serious institutional investor's portfolio.
I'm quite interested in how smart meters play in this whole sort of value chain, right? And it's something that I know in India, it's been that there's been a few transactions on the smart meters.
The larger objective, I think, partly covers to what we call several the subsidies part. The next logical thing is to measure what is being consumed, which was not done in certain pockets. We also have seen the improvements in information communication technologies, which means the price of smart meters have again, reduced by a third or fourth over a span of last 4 or 5 years.
Smart meters, very simply, the way we look at it is a data play, right? Earlier with normal meters, all you had was a number of units consumed. You did not know when these units were consumed, you had no insight into that, right? It was in effect a data desert. Most places, you have a problem with actually recovering payment from discoms. What they've done here is they've essentially given the smart meter players direct access to consumer payments. So unlike even a conventional escrow, where you might have some people try to game it, here whenever a consumer makes a payment to the discom, it directly flows to the smart meter player. So you have direct flow of payments, and you have a good cover, a 5x cover over payments. So whenever you raise a bill, you automatically, in a sense, are paid by the consumer themselves.
There's a difference between escrow and direct debit. Okay, and this is a very important thing. Escrow would mean that money goes to the discom, and then it's incumbent on discom to transfer that money to an escrow account, which is what is happening in certain concessions which have not adopted direct debit. Okay, now that's very different. Versus here, where all the online payment are automated, and they go into a direct debit, like an automation account, and then they go into and then they're disputed automatically through waterfall. So there is no discom intervention here. What happens if the discom goes bankrupt? Indian insolvency laws are very clear. It is incumbent on the resolution professional. Suppose it goes in bankruptcy. The resolution professional is obliged to ensure that the going concern nature of a business is always maintained.
It's a small concession going by other infra players. It's only a maximum of 10 years. But what's very interesting here is you start revenue generation practically from day one. You bid for a contract for, let's say, 100 rupees. No matter what, you get 100 rupees. The risk distribution is very simple. Pre-installation of meters, the smart meter concessionaire bears the risk, but as soon as you install meters, the discom backstops all the risk.
I think one of the key benefits that I've seen that investors derive from an InvIT structure is the interest income. Almost 95 to 100% of the treaties today, other than I would say Netherlands, you would have a situation that sale of shares after April 17 is taxable. But in case of sale of units of an InvIT, you still enjoy capital gains exemption across 90% of the treaties that India has today. So one is extraction, the second is exit.
Let's say I am agreeing with the promoter or with the sponsor that before you sell, please give me a ROFR, okay? Or before you vote, please consult with me. That tends to become a unit holder right which is superior. You can take your rights at the investment manager level, whatever rights you want, affirmative rights, etc. at the investment manager level are fine, which is how all the InvIT special rights are being structured. Even though it's private listed, which means your issuance can only be to institutional investors, a secondary transfer can happen to non-institutional people. And that is something SEBI cannot control. So I think those are the challenges why I think some governance measures are coming.